You'll see it on your screen at the bottom next to the net. That's called the tee. That's a great shot for players to aim, but we're looking at near ace here. Schubert recovers. It's going to be a free ball over by Johnson. As Jaeger is going to set that up. And Cortez is going to put it down.
And that all starts from the serve, Mike, because what happens is you get Southeast Missouri State way out of rhythm. They're out of system.
High fill over. Not the best reception, but Jaeger's going to make it work. And we're going to send it back to Arndt from that outside. Right across to the libero. Schubert send up for another Arndt attack. Back to Jaeger, who recovers. And out to Cortez, who says no more. It's be called in by the line ref. Her service percentage is 88%. It's a pretty good service percentage for a middle. Creature is going to opt for that dump. Nearly catches him off guard, but it's a great save by Blue. Picked up by Gray, saved by Jaeger, and over by Krichkovic.
Here you go, chance for SEMO.
Nearly put down by Lester. It'll be another free ball over. Can SEMO capitalize? Arndt's gonna make it work right off of Jackson, and Jackson couldn't save that one. She just hit it on that top left shoulder. That's B. Oxnett facing a little bit of heckling. That's what we were talking about before, but she gets a nice little float serve over. And we're gonna aim for Gray on that slide. That's a beautifully run slide. You know they've been practicing that. Float serve over. Johnson's gonna pick that up for Blue. Going back to Arndt from that back row, right off the block, picked up Krichkovic. Back to the back row for Jaeger, and Jaeger's gonna put it down right in front of Arndt. The experience this player has is insane. Going back, picked up by Jaeger, gonna make it work for Borsova, who's gonna put it down and gonna end Arndt's service run. These early points can mean a lot. It can shift the tide of the game that early, but nothing's too late in volleyball. There's no clock for us to run out. It's been a kill from Jaeger from that opposite side.
That's another one where Jackson's back there in a miscommunication with Candy.
And we're gonna see go back to Tatum. Gonna rocket it down to Holder. Pick it up for Johnson, who's gonna send it right down in front of Jaeger's hands. Wasn't fast enough on her feet to pick that one up. Got great depth. She had 14 appearances with 11 starts last season, and she's the first freshman to start at middle blocker since 2020. It's been a kill for the Red Hawks. Nope, they got a 4-point lead, and they're looking to hold it on. But Tatum responds with a great cross attack. Candy feeling sweet going to that back to that service line. It's be a Jazzo from Oxnet going back to that slide off of going back
rally here.
Little rally. Lost in the action. Schubert's going to have an off-speed set to Arndt. Arndt's going to make it work. Krichkovic out to Jaeger. And he's going to put it down just short, just a little bit past that 10-foot.
Neither one of them had a chance.
Just right over that block is sometimes all you need. Sometimes those defenders can't see behind their giant 6-foot wall. And Blue's going to send it out to Arndt, who's going to have to make it work with a nice line shot. And it's going to be another dump for the Hoosier offense. Off the service for the Red Hawks. Jaeger looking for the attack, and she will find it. Picked up by this Red Hawk defense. Arndt with a response. Tipped over, going to be off-speed second, but Jaeger's going to send a cross shot, and just out of hand for Schubert.
Well, we got a little collision there.
Oh, yeah, you know, volleyball, the best thing about volleyball is sometimes the audience gets involved, get a little crowd action going. You're going to send you're going to miss serve and you're not paying attention, that's going to be a volleyball to the face that you just can't save. But you can't save that one, too, as Tatum comes flying out of that right side. No matter, they got to shake that one off and get right back into action here as Freeman's going to send one over. Holder going to opt back to St. John, who's going to find that kill, and that's how you respond. And we're going to see Blue here on that service line focused. Sir Herman trying to get that serve over, and she will as send that into Jaeger's hands. We're going to see Cortez put it down with a great line shot through that seam and through that block.
And the issue is it's in between them from the set, so just not a very good set from Blue.
Smith looking for that serve, and she's going to find Johnson. Blue on that backslide, couldn't get that full connection. Be sent over, and Gray's going to try to show him how it's done for a slide. Arndt out of that back row, picked up by Smith. Out to Cortez, and she's going over that back corner. Great pickup by Arndt. And Johnson to send it down, chopped up. And a free ball over by Krichkovic, going to still make it hard for the other team. And it's going to be out of, going to be a touch.
That's the downside of playing the 6-2. Less communication, less consistency between setter and hitter.
Great pass from Jackson to set up that offense from Krejcik and be put down by Cortheas. Gonna need some more sugar to power me through some studying tonight. But Schuworth is gonna send a high one over and almost put down, but Tori's gonna save that one. And Gray says, don't try to save that one, as she puts it down on a slide.
We see a big transfer coming in for the Hawkeyes. On the other side, it's Lauren Evans with the serve. Warden sends it over. Left side shot through the block. Hawkeyes send it back. Go to the right side. Good dig. And a shot by Warden stays in. Corner kill. That left side. And this year, head coach Jim Barnes said she is going to be vital on that left side.
She's proven it early on. Nice little set and
back points. Warden with the swing and a kill.
Absolutely beautiful kill from Melissa Warden. Way to come back. She has 9 assists so far on the night. And a couple kills as well. Keep an eye out for Claire Amaral for the Hawkeyes.
Van Sant with a big swing, and Iowa extends their lead to 2.
Aisha Vogt, she's going to be serving here for the Bulldogs.
Van Sant over, just keeps it inside the paint.
7 kills, 2 blocks in yesterday's game.
Moravec with the kill on the left side.
For the Falcons, Boilermakers are going to have to find an answer.
Hovey efficient at the net and behind the service line. Kenna Woolard with the response out of the timeout for the Boilers.
Themselves down in a couple sets, weren't able to crawl back. They're trying here today.
Kenna Woolard down the line and good. 20-19.
Boilermakers offensive presence.
Charles, the Wake Forest transfer, 6'1", junior middle block. Big swing, and Hovey goes between the field goal posts and puts it on the ground.
In a .857 hit percentage, been very efficient as she finds herself serving this one.
Grace Haney.
Trying to get the offensive side going.
Miller on the slide, and if some is good, more is better. Back-to-back kills for Miller and the Purdue Boilermakers. Who do you think when you look at this Bowling Green lineup, other than Lauren Hovey, who do you think Bowling Green needs to rely on?
I think it's really Amanda Otten. She kind of sets the pace in the middle. Again, very big presence, the 6'3" setter, unnatural for the Falcons, but a very big presence.
3-0 scoring run for the Falcons. Ava Buttlemeyer on that last one. Now she has 4 kills. Buttlemeyer been a spark off the bench. They've seemed to make the change here early on here in this one. Bowling Green looks to get back on their offensive ways. Dior Charles on the slide. Williams, the 6'1" freshman from Grand Blanc, Michigan. Grace Haney with the heat seeker, and Haney finds the floor. You see Grace Haney always with a smile on her face. We talked about it last night. Silent but deadly. Need to hear her name a little bit more. Similar to the name right there, Lauren Hovey with a big swing.
And doing a nice job of kind of getting back on pace. They got to get to 15 first if they want to have a chance at this one.
Miller to Hovey. Moravec. Falcons keep it up. Off the block of the Boilers. Boilers keep it up. Tapped over. Free ball for the Falcons. Hovey. Lauren Hovey with the big swing.
So young liberos on both sides of the ball for this match.
Young liberos, but a lot of experience. Moravec joust at the net. Back to Natalie Moravec. Knock, knock, who's there? Natalie. She puts another one down in the back row.
The previous possession, doing a nice job going back to that bread and butter, not giving up the strategy, not giving up the play call.
Big swing at the net, and that one finds the floor.
been there before, doing a nice job having that veteran experience in the middle of this Falcons offense.
Down the line, had to duck out of the way to that one.
I just want to touch on that as we see a lot of plays on.
No, I'm not saying that's anything with this.
No.
I'm just saying that's how I view the term.
Of course. But Torrey's going to view the ball down the court. It's going to be a great response here out of that timeout.
Trying to replicate that later in the set.
And we're seeing Mackenzie Tucker, and hey, here's Mackenzie Tucker. We just saw her serve for the first time, even though her service run is going to end short. Coach Julie Yankus. See Siegel back to serve, going back to Highfield, the 14-14 connection. I always love noticing that. But out to Jaeger, who's going to send it down right to the right.
Heels that time, caught on the heels, and it's an ace.
But now the crowd is on their feet as Schuberth is going to take that one right back to Torrey, who's going to send a long ball down to Krikovic. And Arndt is going to have to make that one work for Jaeger. He's going to put it down and end the second set with a cross kill from that outside.
The second set was the set of Jaden Jaeger.
Yeah, and they are tied for service errors right now. So Indiana less aces, same amount of errors. Not a bad stat line to me. Arndt out of that back row, and Jaeger can do nothing about that. Her platform just not where she wanted that to be.
And single-handedly lifts SEMO above Indiana, taking them on a run. That's the impact she can have.
And we're taking a look at Ellie Burns out of that freshman for the serve.
Little ceiling touch.
Ooh,
how about that?
That's hard in Wilkinson. They got high ceilings here. Krikovic out to the back row slide for Tatum.
Does it give your setter more time to set up the hitter the way that you would like?
No. A ceiling can actually be devastational for an offense. Like, you are scrambling. You hit that ceiling, you don't know where that ball's going to go.
Or not hit it, but make it go way up in the air.
Yeah, way up in the air. Not too high, because then it's going to come down and feel like a rock in your setter's hands. What we got? I'm trying to read lips here. This guy is getting really animated. Krikovic out to Cortheus. Burns going back to Torrey. Krikovic's going to have to make it work and set it off to that back row. Jaeger's going to dump it down in the middle. Free ball over from Highfield. This could be the play. This could be the chance to shut down this rally. Opting for that dump again. Arndt's going to send an attack over. Blocked by the front row. Out to Oxennecht, who's going to get the kill and put it down.
So impressed with Oxennecht so far today. Started off hitting 1,000. That's lowered a little bit over the course of the match.
Trickles down like water.
It does.
See Krikovic coming back that service line.
Float shots, but also she can hammer it.
And she's almost nearing 20 kills. She has 15 right now, middle of the third set. It's not far-fetched to say she could be reaching that 20-kill mark. But Corthea is going to send a nice little roll shot over, make it a little bit harder for that Red Hawk defense, and they're going to capitalize on it. St. John coming to that right side, great kill.
Obviously, they're playing tough and hanging right with Indiana in set number 3.
All right, back to that back line. We're going to see Krikovic going to have an off-speed set to Borsema out of that middle. Great run. Schuberth facing some heckling. Got a lot of yelling right there from that crowd. Krikovic again opting for Tatum, who's going to put it down as Steve Aaron had a story about her. She sent him a picture of her as a child holding an IU volleyball and told him this was her dream school to play at. Opting to hit that middle back. Looking for the one-legged approach from Gray. Jumping for joy in that middle.
At this stage in the set, it's very difficult. You need a real run here if you're Southeast Missouri State.
Couldn't agree more. And we're trying to see a run here from Arndt, and she's powering out from that outside. But Siegel's got her number right now. Schuberth, we're going to set up Torrey on that right side. Going to give a nice little loft over. Krikovic out to the middle. Red Hawk defense scrambling to pick it up. Arndt again slamming from that outside. And what a way to put it down from the Hoosiers. Ending that run is Cortheus, who just says no more of that rally and gives it back.
Day against the Southeast Missouri Red Hawks.
Been a 5-0 scoring run, and Siegel's been at the heart of it. We just saw serving. You see her in the libero jersey at number 14. But Jaegers, the offensive powerhouse, coming out from that outside. Siegel, I think, on her 6th serve, or 7th serve. Staying consistent, staying precise as she aims back at Highfield. Schuberth is going to have to make it work for Arndt, and Arndt has been stuck in this outside, but she just gets him out of that rut and ends the scoring run for the Hoosiers for season kills. But Jaeger's going to pick it up on that defensive end. But we'll go back to Cortheus out of that back row. And back to Arndt again, lining up for that off-speed attack. I don't think that's the attack she wants to be making. I think she wants to get that full approach, and I don't think that's what she wants to be doing.
And Southeast Missouri State wants to get every single point they can until this one is over.
I don't see a clock anywhere, do you?
Not me.
No, I only see points, and I don't see that you need to have the 25. But hey, they're near in there. That's another one for Cortez.
Get one back, it's 8-2. Amaral sets it up. Whittingstall sends it over. Amaral for Warden. Big swing and a kill. Layla Tolliver, her 6th of the night.
Varez having an absolutely beautiful night along with Alyssa Warden in the kills department.
Sent over by Ward. Long chase, they keep it alive. Great job by the Bulldogs. Amaral sets it up for Whittingstall, and the dynamic duo comes back.
Ready for that kill. Whittingstall gets her 3rd kill of the night with that one.
Jamie Marquardt with the serve. Sent over by Tolliver.
Attacking error there for Alyssa Warden.
Van Zant, big swing, dug out. A wall of Hawkeyes there to send it back. Amaral over on 2. Butler in a scramble mode. Amaral again on 2. In a thunderous swing by Claire Amaral.
But alas, I'm not a referee, or a line judge for this. Say I'm here as your color commentary. Don't listen to me.
Oshelic with her 2nd kill, back-to-back kills. We haven't called her name out very many times, but making an impact early in set 3. Whittingstall thought about it, sent over by Oshelic. Right back, and a kill for Ellery Reese.
Grace Egan now at the service line for Wisconsin. She had a game-high 16 kills and lost Sunday to Texas. And there's another transfer, Alicia Andrew.
Light showed off all her talent.
Here's Simon now. Furbringer setting up Collier. Big swing and drive, and that'll put him out of set here as a save there from Cordero Barr and have to be sent over to Wisconsin. Furbringer over to Andrew. Here comes Jade Light. As it's Simon now setting up Collier. Good save there from Dunnigan. Back and forth we go here. Amy Collier right at Cordero Barr and Andrew. Aggies on the attack and they respond quickly.
Doing it here for a while, was also on the Big West freshman team in 23.
And there's Mimi Collier. Speaking of accolades, a 3-time All-American. We'll go back to UC Davis and Jade Light. Picked up by Vjajic. Up to Carter Booth, and she stood up. Kristen Simon to serve. Stop there from Starr. Over to Chapinski. And it's Simon setting up Collier. One tough out of play. Good save there by Cordero Barr. And Light will have to send it back over. Furbringer over to Egan and freezes. Cordero Barr, not much.
Bringing the pressure onto the Badgers.
Pinsky on to serve right at Collier. That one will take a bounce off the scoreboard. And Urbino unable to successfully get that one over. It's Jade Light off of Furbringer. And boy, Charlie Furbringer was not expecting that one. Not even able to get her hands up in time. And now the Aggies are back within. Chapinski on to serve. He'll head back over. And it's Starr over to Light, and she'll try and tap it over, poked up by Egan. There's Urbino now. This Davis offense trying to get a little creative here, but Wisconsin being able to match him. And once again, Egan once again goes right at Cordero Barr. And Allie Chandler, who's supposedly a cornerstone in this Aggies offense.
Yeah, you'd think just early season jitters and stuff, but these are just unforced errors.
Hayden Bones to serve for UC Davis. Furbringer will take it herself to no looker. Right at the far side 10-foot line. And
goes and takes a seat on the bench.
Cordero Barr to serve again. This time it's Nia Warren, the true freshman in the game for Wisconsin. It's Grace Egan, who goes right after Cordero Barr and paints the near sideline. Ready in this set as we begin crunch time here in this first set. Here's Starr setting up Habino, and she does a fantastic job locating that ball on the far sideline. Patterson, only Layla Burgess has seen floor time this season for the Aggies. Furbringer up to Andrew. Easy as pie, Alicia Andrew. In the loss on Sunday to Texas, 6 already here. Furbringer sets up Collier. Boom goes the dynamite, and good night on set 1. Gosh, this time, no problem getting over the net. Jade Light will have to return it over. It's Simon to Furbringer, Carter Booth. And Booth brings the boom on that one. 2024 All Big West freshman selection. On the attack, it's Light, and too much for Kristen Simon to handle. One would certainly think. It's Furbringer now over to Collier. Great response there from the Wisconsin attack. Amy Collier.
Went for the little touch play. There's not a lot of room in the middle of that court. Would have liked her to just go all out at it.
Aiden Bones to serve. It's Mimi Collier laying down the hammer. Too much heat.
Keeping this Aggie team in the second set.
Hannah Bones to serve. It's Furbringer. Over to Quest. She's stood up at the Aggie defense. Furbringer over to Collier this time, and great placement from Mimi Collier in the back line.
Yeah, it was a little more like it there from Jade Light, retaking her game high 13 kills.
Furbringer Collier off of Dunnigan.
So now the hometown kid, Rachel Williams, back to serve. Right in front of Williams. That one finds the floor with who else? Lauren Hovey.
Saw it, but a little too late yesterday for the Boilermakers.
Heaney out of the back row, and Heaney finds the floor, her 6th kill of the matchup.
From not just the left side, doing a nice job going in the middle here.
Hovey taps it over. Natalie Moravec off some fingertips. Good defense from Bowling Green. Lauren Hovey, dominant from that right side, 18 kills now. Back up front, off the block of the Boilers. Purdue plays it. Woolard out of the back row. Somehow the ball gets over the net, and Purdue with an opportunity. Woolard again out of the back row, tooling off the block. Oilers siding out at 59.6%. Gonna pump those numbers up a little bit. Hovey one more time. A big response out of the right side.
Has led to this Purdue 7-0 scoring run now.
Kane's been camping out behind the service line. Boilers keep it up again. Back to Woolard. Nice job. Falcons keep it up in the back row. Tapped over. Wow, how Purdue is able to keep that up, I don't know. Hovey, joust at the net. Boilers block it over. Back to Hovey. Lauren Hovey splits the block of the Boilermakers, finds the floor, and Hovey now with 20 kills in the matchup.
As the Falcons are very hard defensively.
Boilers hitting .341 as a team in the midst of a 7-1 rally here. Woolard. Kenna Woolard goes back-to-back, and Purdue.
Boilermakers still find themselves 1 point away from 20, commanding this third set.
Hovey to serve. Kenna Woolard.
Breaking away in terms of kills, doing a nice job being that offensive mindset for the Boilermakers.
Lauren Hovey with kill number 21. As the block party starts to arise. Moravec had to reach way back for that one, but gets it over. Otten. Great pass and finish from Helen Wilford. Just over here dodging volleyballs, my friend. We're just in the toughest spot on the floor.
We really are having to kind of jump out of the action.
Off the Boiler block. Anderson down the line, Moravec. Natalie Moravec her 11th kill of the matchup.